All right, guys, welcome back. Today, in my opinion, is going to be the funnest job we've ever had. So we got the Kubota loaded up. I just got done greasing all the grease certs. She's ready to rock and roll. There's a lot of grease certs on this, especially when you're running like this type of attachments. It's just not a simple bucket. So I want to make sure everything's getting maintained. I sharpened the teeth because we ran, I think we got about 50 hours on the cutter now. I did a few miscellaneous jobs for a neighbor, and I got 70 on the skid loader. So the plan is, and we're doing something different. I always talked about getting a mini excavator, and today is the day that we're gonna rent one. I haven't bought one, and we're renting one, and it comes, I think it comes with a bucket, and then we're also getting one of the grapple attachments. So it's gonna be really good. We're clearing a lot bigger trees than we have in the past. We're gonna be clearing up a pond at a farm pond. Pretty much, it's overgrown. It's kind of maintained. The driveway to get there, he said I'll be fine getting there, but just around it, he can't have his family come fish. He just says it's really messy, and I haven't been able to walk around. You can only like get in a little kayak or like a little john boat, so he wants to be able to walk around the pond, and that's our job. Those jobs, in my opinion, are really fun, and that's kind of why I want an excavator, because once I get an excavator, what I really want to do is get a grinder on the end of it if I could. Those are kind of hard. They're pretty expensive, but what you could do with an excavator is like reach over with the boom and get the banks of like a pond, because they're typically sloped and they're typically really wet. So that's something down the road, but we're testing out and demoing. I guess, I mean, we're paying to rent it. I kind of call it demoing because I'm thinking about buying one of these. This one is pretty expensive, but the main thing, first we got to get there, and we are going to be putting that 450 to work. Now I got to talk with the workers who work here, but what I was thinking is they have this load trail trailer, triple axle, and it's a gooseneck. So whenever I pull with the gooseneck, like when I pull with the bumper, my max towing recommended stock from the factory is about 25,000 pounds. When I put a gooseneck on, add another 10,000. So we can, the towing capacity on an F450 2020 Platinum, the Platinum doesn't help anything, but with a gooseneck, you can tow 35,000 pounds. Now, this setup right here, I took it to the scale. So the trailer weighs, I think the trailer weighs 7,000 pounds. Then online, it says the Kubota weighs just under 11,000. This attachment is 2, and this attachment is just a little over 1. So with all this, we're about 14,000 pounds, 13,000, pretty close there. And then this Volvo weighs about 12 to 13,000, depending on if I don't see another bucket, but that's about 27,000 in Kubota, an excavator, and then the trailer weighs 10,000. So we're gonna be about 37,000 pounds. I was gonna try it because I would have put the beast to the test. Now it technically isn't legal because we don't have like, the truck isn't, it's about like 2,000 pounds over. Hopefully we don't get weight or anything, but I want to tow it. I want to put the F450 to the test. All right, so I just talked to the workers, and they said I can't. They said they aren't going to let this come out of their yard. It would be too much weight to put on this trailer, in their opinion, especially with this truck. And they said maybe if I had a bit bigger truck, maybe like an F550 or 650, something like that, something that can handle more weight, I possibly could. But this excavator is a bit heavier than I thought, and we'd be quite a bit over our towing capacity. So they said use this trailer, take it down, and then I'll come back, get the Kubota. So not a big deal. It's gonna add about 30 minutes to my day, but the drive isn't too far, so it's not a big deal. I did want to push to the truck. I think it can do it. In my opinion, it can do it. I think I would be able to do it safely, but it's just it's kind of, maybe once I get my own trailer, my own equipment. But honestly, I don't know if I would want to carry that much weight on this truck, especially like longer trips. This is a short trip, easy trip, not bad. Kind of like this trailer too. It's pretty heavy duty. All right, we made it to the pond. Like I said, not a bad drive. It was a lot more weight than I thought. Dang, this Volvo was heavy. But that's going to be a deciding factor for me too. I just want to see, is this weight, do I need this much weight for this job? It's probably going to be a 2-day job. First day is just sorting the lumber and doing all that, but then also I want to put a bucket on this and eventually come and get the sumps out. Probably on day 2, I'll probably try and pull the sumps out. So that's the idea there. I'm going to leave this trailer here because, my opinion, there's just no need to drive it back, because I'm gonna have to take this back anyway, and we're going to pick up another trailer, or my trailer. I'm just gonna back this up in the grass, so I have plenty of room to work. I'll give you guys a quick little tour of the pond once we get back with the Kubota, and then I'll kind of explain what we were tasked to do. It's gonna be a fun one, and I do like putting some miles on the F450. I haven't had too many long trips. Making all these trips back and forth is kind of fun. So here's the farm, and that's just the farm pond back there, which the family wants to get going, making it better. I think it is stocked. All right, and here we are. We're backing down the driveway. I think I'll honestly just like sit up here. There we go. Let's get it back down. Perfect. Looks good. Oh, it's so nice. I love running this Kubota. It's super clean, super nice. Let me get I might leave the grapple on. Honestly, a lot of times I ended up using it, and we probably won't. Yeah, I probably will. I might use it a little bit for the little stuff, but I'm using this for the big logs because there's some big trees they want down. So that's why I got it here. It's going to be doing that. And then, like I said, it'll take out the root system. All right. Let's get the Kubota warmed up. That's going to be our first one. We'll come around, clean up little stuff, cut down some trees. The disc is pretty good. It cuts down pretty big trees, but some are just gonna be too big to mulch up. So honestly, it's not that overgrown. We just kind of need some mowing. They said some of these flowers obviously they want to keep, but I told them like it's kind of hard to like keep all your flowers and stuff, but they'll come back. So clean up these right here, clean up this tree. They have some marked. I think I'm keeping some of these nice birches. And they wanted this big tree down. They just said it looks like it's starting to rot, and it kind of is. It's leaning one way. So they like these birches here, and then yeah, some of this stuff like these right here, they want gone, and it's not that bad. It's just bigger stuff, and then clean up like all this brush, all the way back here. It's just clean in between these trees so they can easily mow it and maintain it. Because it's kind of hard mowing this with your little John Deere, you know, zero turn. You can't really mow a bush. So that's why he's got us with the mulcher here. But it looks great. It looks really cool. The cattails are awesome. And I saw some bass walking around it. So that's pretty cool. But enough talking, let's get at it. We're going to take out these 3 pines right here, 1, 2, and 3. That one is pretty big. He just wants to open up the boat launch, I guess, in the area. Say they want to kind of like a nice parking spot here. So let's chop this sucker down. There we go. First one's down. I'm probably going to mulch up. These pines are just small enough where I'm going to take them with the skid steer. But then that big one, there's no way. That would be, I would have to sharpen my teeth every few minutes. All right, let's take care of the small one on the left, and then I'll get the big one, and I'm probably going to keep going with the skid steer. Once I get kind of bored of it, honestly, a little bit burnt out here. Well, I don't want it to hit the equipment trailer that we're renting. But once I get bored in the skid steer, kind of want a change up, I'll probably come and start cleaning up all my big trees that I knocked down and start organizing those. Because some of these are pretty straight. I might take them to the sawmill. We'll just see. Maybe some as I have a bunch of guys that always message me for firewood. So I might have them come down here if the owner's okay with it. Here we go. Let's get this big cat. This is a big tree. We don't want it leaning back on us, but the push, yep, there we go. That wasn't too bad. All right, I am going to go ahead and take the stump out. It is going to take a hot minute because it's just so thick, but we'll take it out. And there we go. We got it all cleaned up. It's kind of in a bush there. I'm going to keep moving around, expanding this stuff, hitting some of these trees. I think he said to leave this boat here. Watch out for the flowers. And some of this, like, I'm going to have to hit the flowers. Like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. This is a pretty big tree. We're probably going to leave this one for the Volvo. But I got the mulcher so I can knock down the stump. This isn't like a dedicated stump grinder, but it does work. It's just, in my opinion, not as efficient, and it's pretty hard on it. All right, enjoy the time lapse. I'm going to get busy taking down some of these medium to larger trees, and we'll come back and clean her up. All right, so it just ran around the whole entire pond. Took me about 45 minutes. Took out the big stuff, laid down some stuff that was just too big for me to mulch up, and I want to use what I'm renting. So I'm gonna go run around, clean up some of these fallen ones with chainsaws to get some of the bigger branches. Then we'll start piling them up. See, I got about 5, 6 on the ground. One's pretty big, so we'll see. And then the other one, I think, if you can see the really tall, I think it's a pine straight in between I think there's 3 birches on the left, and I'm not sure what's on the right. But that I'm gonna go ahead, pull out the old chainsaw for, and then hopefully push it over with the Volvo. So I just thought it was a little too unsafe. If it came back following me in the Kubota, I wouldn't be able to manipulate the tree enough that it could fall on me. So let me go run around. We'll get this done. Then I'll show you guys. We'll try and chop that tree down. All right, so I just got done moving this log, and I think what I'm going to try and do is pile them up all right here, because I did call some of my firewood buddies when I had a quick little lunch break, and they were happy to come over. And what I do is I just charge them just like $100 to come out here. It kind of covers some of my cost, and sometimes the landowners or the customers don't really like having like more people come out. So I don't know. I just charge them a little bit to have the opportunity to, especially because these logs are nice and clean, and I put them in a nice spot for them. So right now I'm just trying to figure out the excavator controls. It's not super easy. The grapple seems to work really nice, and you can really clamp on it, so you have pretty good control. But honestly right now feel like a rookie. Feel like I need some more practice. So good thing I'm getting in it right now before like I ever went and bought something like this. Swing it around if we can, and then there we go. Try and make a nice little pile. Maybe stretch it out more. There we go. Cool. So we got a few more to pick up. One thing about the Volvo, like excavators are known for being like really slow, but this one's pretty quick. Not gonna lie, and the cabin's super cozy. You don't really hear too much of the engine noise and stuff, so that's nice. But we're gonna run her over to that pine, and what I'm gonna do is just lean this as high, reach as high as I can, lean on it, and then start making my cut. You guys see a lot when people chop down trees, they like use wedges and then hit it with like a sledgehammer or something. Well, instead of a wedge, I'll just use this because I'm by myself, and I think it's gonna make me a lot safer. Because this thing does weigh like 15,000 pounds. I was wrong on the weight, so this is going to be a lot more weight, especially as an excavator. I'll be able to put on the tree, and it should make it a heck of a lot safer. There we go. We'll back up. It controls it pretty good. That's a smaller tree, but it still holds it pretty fine. Don't even really notice. It's kind of like carrying a toothpick. There we go. Get it dropped. But I am a rookie. Let's go over, chop down that tree. I don't think I have any left till I get there, so let's go. So this is the plan. The tree does lean a little bit into the pond. That's kind of why they want it gone. Don't want to deal with it a few years from now or like when a windstorm comes in. So I'm going to reach as high as I can. Okay, that's fully extended. I mean, that's quite pretty high in the air. There's a tree down right here, but then I'm just going to nice and easy try and get somewhere strong. It'd be nice to have a bucket. I feel like that'd be a little more sturdy, but we'll use the grapple. So what I want to do is just push into it. You can tell I got quite a bit of weight on it. And then from there, I'm gonna pull out the old chainsaw, make a few cuts, and she should fall nice and easy there. Don't gotta use a wedge. Don't gotta like stand underneath it when it's going crazy. Here we go. Make the cut and timber. That felt good. I fell right away. So perfect. She did a good job. Let's clean up some of these branches. I'll probably honestly have to cut it in half. It'll just be too long. I don't think it'll probably be too heavy too, but I think it's just too long. But pretty skinny tree. But it should be pretty good. There's not too many knots. It is a little crooked. So that's why I wouldn't really take this to the sawmill. But it makes good firewood. So we'll get this cleaned up, and then we'll get the little stuff and make her nice and pretty with the Kubota. All right, guys, I think we're done. I'm really happy with the job. Like I said, the customer wants all the roots out. So what we did is we pretty much put all the stumps into the ground, but he still wants them out just in case, you know, they come out, you know, you could still probably trip on them. They aren't really down in the ground. So what we're gonna do is probably come back with the Volvo tomorrow with the bucket, and we'll get those out. But we only have about 2 hours. It's about 5:30. We only have 2 hours of sunlight left, so we got to take these back. We'll leave the Volvo and the equipment trailer here because we're renting it for 2 days. So we're coming back to do that tomorrow. The pond, it looks amazing. If you guys remember, back in here was all bushes and shrubs. I had to leave a few by that rock over there because I wasn't going to get too crazy with that. I actually cleaned up along the back of both sheds, and it looks way better. You can actually come in here and you can mow and really maintain the place. Then running around here, this I just couldn't get. It was too close. Came in with a skid loader, was about to fall in. So I think it's fine. I could trim it up with a chainsaw or something. I'll talk to him about that for tomorrow. And then all this looks really good. There's this one stump here. It was just too wide. And so this was the big pine. So I'll just take the bucket with that. Didn't want to grind it and destroy my teeth, but the pond looks amazing. I think it's beautiful. Now the grandkids can walk around, go fishing right on this rock. This looks like a good spot to catch a big bass. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, smash the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Yeah.